Welcome to Train Signal. I'm your instructor, Dave Shackelford, and together we're going to be going through more than 20 hours worth of coverage on Exchange 2007 server. This coverage is going to be hands-on, my hands, not necessarily yours unless you're following along, which is something I would suggest. But what we're going to do is instead of talking about theory and looking a lot of pages of just notes, we're going to be walking through the actual configurations on a set of live Exchange 2007 servers, from pre-installation all the way up through installation and some advanced configuration. We're going to do this over the course of 24 lessons. Each of those lessons is going to run between 35 minutes and 70 minutes in length, most of them about an hour. Now, what makes Exchange 2007 a product worth dedicating a course to and worth investing in? Well, as you probably already know, there's some compelling reasons. First is it's the first entry into 64-bit mail server market. And by being 64-bit, we're going to be able to really use RAM much more efficiently, be able to put many more mailboxes on fewer servers, take care of a lot of outstanding performance issues that we're encountering with Exchange 2003. And if you're with a large hosting provider, you'll know that Exchange 2007 scales out much more efficiently than Exchange 2003 due to its use of PowerShell, a special scripting language that is behind the scenes in every operation that Exchange 2007 goes into. For the smaller shop, what draws us to Exchange 2007 are enhancements in Outlook Web Access, in transport rules, in tools that allow compliance, specifically for companies that are in the medical, insurance, or financial industries. And Exchange 2007 offers enhanced disaster recovery options, which make it easier to recover from database issues, disk crashes, and corruptions than earlier Exchange products did. Alright, enough of that. We'll be having plenty of time to explore the features of this product more thoroughly. Let's talk a little bit about me. Who am I and why am I teaching this course? Well, Dave Shackelford, as I said. I'm a network systems engineer, owner of Shackelford Consulting, Inc. What I basically spend most of my time doing is being the point man in technologies for a bunch of different consultants that I work for. A lot of them are so busy taking care of business with small and mid-sized businesses that they don't always have the time to get up to speed on newer products. And so I help usher in some of the newer products that come out, whether that's SharePoint 2007, Exchange 2007, help do Vista rollouts, etc. Whatever's the next thing, I kind of bring the expertise in and help some of these consultants with their first rollout into production. And I really enjoy that. I also teach on the side, mostly courses to Washington state government employees sent from their IT departments. And I bring to the table for my classes and my consulting and this course 10 years of Exchange administration, starting with a lot of experience helping folks with disaster recovery on Exchange 5.5, up through Exchange 2000 and 2003, and now helping people bring Exchange 2007 into their networks. I've also been heavily participating on public technology forums, specifically the Tech Tips forum, and due to my contributions there several years ago, I was awarded the Microsoft Exchange MVP Award, and I've been re-awarded that starting in 2004 all the way through 2008. I've got my MCSE that I've been maintaining since 1997. I'm a CCNA and I've taught CCNA courses at a local university. And as I've already mentioned, I'm a partnering consultant, technical trainer, and I like to speak in user groups both in the Orange County, California area and up in the Seattle area. As far as topics we're going to cover, here's our general list of them. And I'm not going to go through them all right this second as far as what they are, but this is the list. We're going to go through pre-install installation. This includes requirements and what needs to happen during the install. I'm going to give you a tour of both the Exchange Management Console, which is our GUI, and the Exchange Management Shell. And along with the shell, I'm going to teach you the basics of PowerShell as it relates to Exchange. It's a scripting language, and it's necessary to know to do certain operations within Exchange 2007. We'll talk about the database some and then talk about what's involved really going live. What's the minimum you need to have to be able to have this server that we're setting up receiving mail and sending it properly? We'll cover recipients and mailboxes, public folders. On the client access server side, that's basically something that's related to IMAP, POP3, Outlook Web Access, RPC over HTTPS. All of those kind of merge into one topic, including Auto-Discover, and we'll be covering that stuff. We'll talk about Hub Transport server role, and we will talk about even what that means to say Hub Transport. But for now, I'll just say it has to do with your options for filtering, for sending mail out to specific domains. If you've been using Exchange 2003 or 2000 in the past, when you set up new connectors and routing connectors to other sites or networks or domains, those are all things that come under the Hub Transport role there. We'll look at compliance. What do you need to be thinking about and knowing if you need to preserve documents for legal reasons? We'll talk about Edge server role with anti-spam and antivirus for protecting your network. This is kind of similar to the front end server in Exchange 2000 and 2003. We'll talk about, of course, backups and recovery, and give you a look at several different types of disasters and how to recover from them. After that, we'll cover transport layer security, some more advanced mailbox topics, including mailbox management. We'll look at a batch of Exchange tools that we haven't managed to hit on already, including ESEUtil. And I'm going to finish up with a topic that I don't see getting much coverage in any of the books and classes out there on Exchange 2007. I'm going to show you how to integrate a SharePoint server along with Exchange 2007, specifically showing how to mail enable SharePoint along with an Exchange organization so that you can really make sense of this whole move from Exchange public folders over to SharePoint document libraries, and we'll talk more about that in the future. All right, I hope that gives you a good glimpse into where we're going and whets your appetite for the road. I'm looking forward to this. Why don't you come on to the next video where I talk about our lab setup and the scenario we're going to use, and I'll also go over my general methodology for how I approach the material.